Hi, I'm Benjamin. I like to be called Ben, but I like to be called Benjamin most of the times, but I always introduce in my YouTube channel Ben. But hi, I'm Benjamin, and this is my spoiler review of Everything Everywhere at Once. So if you don't want to know any spoilers, watch my other video or watch this video if you already saw the movie. Okay, so the main villain in this movie is the daughter. Yeah, the daughter. It kind of caught me by surprise, but it makes sense because she felt abandoned in her other universe, so she used other variants, and it's really cool how she used her powers. Like, it makes cops explode into confetti. And here's some of the weird parts. There's like parts where they have to do weird things to try to switch bodies in different universes. So there's one scene where they has to shove something up their butt. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're shoving the things up their butt. Oh my gosh. Um, and there's a lot of action, and there's a lot of cool action, like the grandpa, like he's part of the Alpha Squad that tries to switch different universes, and he didn't want to kill his own granddaughter, but she had no choice. But I do like at the end where they try to use reason and logic to try to help. And there's a lot of funny parts. Remember in my other review, my non-spoiler review, where I said there's a reference to Ratatouille? Well, there's a communication, and she thinks it's a raccoon, but no, it's a rat. And they're like, they use puppets, like the raccoon in Ratatouille. I was like, you mean the rat? But then later, there's another universe where she's a chef, and there is a raccoon pulling on his hair, and then there's scenes where they had to rescue her, and that was just adorable, funny. Like, I love all the things that, because they're not joking with their parts that'll make you cry, make you laugh. I love movies like that. I didn't really cry at this movie, but I did feel sympathy and emotion for the characters, like the dad, the husband, like, sorry, I forget his name, but he's the guy who played Short Round in Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. That's the only movie I know who he is, but he was really awesome in this, and I like that he had another version of him where he helped out with her, and then there's some other versions, and he was a really likable person. He was a goofball, but he really helped, and he really cared about his wife. There's a part where they want to get a divorce, but then there's like no, and they laugh and they really think it's sweet of how they care, and I like that ending, and I like how they try to reach out with the daughter and try to figure stuff out. And oh my gosh, what is there else to say? And there's a part where the dad has like wheelchair, the grandpa's wheelchair transforms into a mecha thing, and he was like, "We has to defeat her." And it's like, "No, we care, and we has to help her." Because there's like this rolling donut, and it's like it doesn't matter. Every universe where we make a decision always doesn't matter. Everything doesn't matter. But then they're like, no, we do matter because we have people who care about us. Rather, we're rocks. And there's a scene where they were rocks, and he has googly eyes, and there's a lot of reading, like subtitles and reading titles, like if you know how to read or have someone to read, you can understand it fine, but there's a lot of sweet moments, and there's like some kung fu action, and it's like, and there's a sad scene where they're like, my life was better when I was a kung fu artist. I was like, no, but then they're like, no, I love you, and I was like, that was sweet. I like that. So, and all the variants they travel to, like there's the rocks with the googly eyes, the and there's like hot dog fingers, like there's the one with the long fingers and they're like hot dog fingers, and I'm like that's crazy, and they suck on their fingers and they get the hot dog stuff out, and I'm like oh my gosh, and and they has to do weird things like eat gum, like there's a part where the guy has to eat gum to switch, and I'm like oh, and like they have to, and they came, and like there's an alpha universe where they has to go and he has to find, and then the husband was like from another universe where he was like a version where they created the universe, and then they created the way to jump to other universe, and then they find other universe and they find her, and she's like she doesn't have any action, like so that's why she's perfect candidate for it, but then you really how they figure it out, and they didn't kill the daughter, which is good. They try to help her, like try to reason with her, and then she tries to jump into the everything bagel, which is like the whole portal to all the universe closing, but then they're like, we're gonna help you, and it has a really happy ending. I love that. It was a sweet movie. I highly recommend it. I watched it on Prime Video. If you found it on streaming or if you find it, I highly recommend you watch it. It was a really crazy movie. Well, I've always been a big fan of the multiverse, like from Spider-Verse, No Way Home, and Sonic Prime. Yeah, everyone's doing the multiverse. Everyone. Well, it was a fun movie. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.